Man.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. This is Vernell Varnardo, a.k.a. Papa Snoop, Snoop Dogg's father, Daz Dillard's uncle.
Yeah.
This is my promo for a documentary, The Detroit Mailman. I want everybody to know how everything got started. It really got started with Snoop's mom, Beverly. The day we got put her to rest, and Rob and Lucinda board, they do prison reform, and she was a board member on their board for 10 years. So what happened was, I was in a limousine. I seen Rob and his wife walking back towards the vans. I had seen Rob. I really didn't know who he was. I met him twice, so I invited him and his wife to ride back to the compound with me. I told him it'd be a lot easier to ride with me instead of riding the van. You'll get in a lot quicker. So he jumps in the car, we take off. So first thing I asked Rob, I said, "Where you from, Rob?" He said, "From Detroit." I said, "I lived in Detroit for 10 years. I said, "What part of Detroit you from?" He said, "The east side." So I lived on the east side. And how ironic, when I told him that I was a mailman at Kensington Post Office, and my route was Balford, Nottingham, Somerset, and Bakersfield, from I-94 Service Drive to Warren. That was his neighborhood. So we took it from there. So he gave me his number, I gave him mine. I said, "Let's stay in touch." So we started calling one another back and forth, got talking. And Rob sent me a resume, all the things he had did. He had a show back in Cincinnati called Keep It Real Show. All the rappers back in the day that was coming up at the same time Snoop and my nephew Daz was coming up, they came through his show. I was impressed. And then I was telling Rob about my resume. So it was like, it was a marriage made in heaven. Because he did his thing interviewing people. I did my thing on the road, working on videos with DJ Pooh, being in a couple movies, Rhymes and Reasons, Make It Rain, then All Eyes on Me, where I made the big screen. So we took it from there. This documentary is about me being a mailman in Detroit for 10 years. People don't realize you can get killed being a mailman. And during that time when I was in Detroit from 1985 to 95, it was drug infested. I started working on 8 Mile and Illinois at College Park Post Office for almost 4 years. I bought a house on the east side on White Hill in Yorkshire, not too far from Denman High School. So I transferred to the east side because Kensington Post Office was like about a 10-minute drive from my house. And that's how I began to realize that the east side of Detroit was a lot harder than the west side. West side, they had drug dealers, but they was here and there. East side was infested with drug dealers. Maserati Rick, Demetrius Holloway, Boogaloo Brown, all them guys, they all came from the east side. I'd heard the names, but hey, I'm brand new in Detroit. So me and my son Snoop, we moved to my house in 1987 on White Hill. Snoop was working at McDonald's late Mountain in Woodingham. And just so happened, by the time school started, he went back to Long Beach. With that being said, you're gonna love this documentary. This is a documentary for everybody who works at the post office, especially the ones in Detroit, but especially it's for the mailman. People don't realize that you got mail handlers, you got clerks, but the mailman is like infantry. We the foot soldiers. We the one to bring the mail to you, rain, sleet, or snow. And I mean that. I walked in a lot of stores in Detroit. I trained carriers in Detroit. I was all over Detroit. This is my hat I wore in Detroit for 10 years because it's safari cap. When it rained, you didn't feel nothing. When it snowed, you didn't feel nothing. You had 3 holes right here, that was your ventilation. Put your ear muffs on in the wintertime, put this on, a skull cap, and it was cool. When it rained, just put this on, and believe me, your head will not get wet. Anyway, this is for the U.S. Post Office, for all the mailmen who I work with in Detroit. Don't forget, this is my safari cap I got at College Park in 1985. Be on the lookout for the Detroit Mailman. Vernell Varnardo, a.k.a. Papa Snoop, produced by Rob and Lucinda Boyd. Coming soon this summer. Just stand by, we on our way. Talk to you later.